Hello, my darlings. How are you? Now, I don't want this video to be very long. I've had such a go in the past couple of days, in the past couple of weeks, saying that I was going to put video out, and actually I didn't, which sounds like... Anyway, I'm not going to ask for forgiveness, and I'm not going to rattle on about it. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to get this video out for a dear Instagram follower, Anna, and she's been so patient, so kind. I believe that's her handle name is Anna. Anyway, Anna wanted to know a couple of things about twin flames. Now, whereas there's lots of channels that don't really talk about soulmates or twin flames, or they have it a bit messed up, if that's the proper way of putting it. So I wanted to answer two questions for Anna, and I'm going to go and run along and upload these after I get this video done. Okay, so I want you to know that I do listen to you, I do hear you, and when you're so kind to me to reach out on numerous occasions, I want to be, I want to be a good girl and follow through. So let's get on with it. So one of the questions that Anna wanted to know about twin flames is, will you recognize your twin flame? Do you know them like when you see them in person, or do you know them like in a picture? Now, I've went into extreme detail on this on my blog, which is raquelcarter.com. And also, if you want to follow me on the Instagram, I'm always constantly, that is my main app for social media, where I give daily, several times a day, I give beautiful little inspiring things about knowing how to work through something, or little treasure trove tips and things of that nature. So if you want to join me there, it's Raquel Margaret Carter. I'll leave it in the description box below. But anyway, follow me there, because that's the main place that I am besides my blog, because I'm not really super active on the other ones consistently. Now, Instagram, I'm very consistent, but not on my other ones, okay? So anyway, Anna wanted to know about that. So what I'm going to explain is, one thing is, now I can only go off of experience that I had with my dear Jeffrey Sean, okay? So I'm only giving my experience. Yours probably will be much different, or it could be very similar. But I realized when I had no idea. It came out of nowhere. That's one of the things that you'll realize is when you're meeting your twin flame, or it's about to happen, you might have this inclination that there's something going on in like the universe of some sort in your world, because things seem to be really, really flowing, and you have this sense of this feeling of like to joy for no reason whatsoever, but you just know it, like you feel it in your bones, in your mermaid bones, you feel it coming. That's what it was for me. And so, but I didn't know that it was me meeting my soulmate. I mean, my twin flame, because there is a difference between soulmates and twin flames. Like, I'll go into detail on another video. Maybe that would be my next one, about the difference between a twin flame and a soulmate. So when I saw Jeffrey Sean on Facebook, he was a friend on my fan page, because I had a fan page from my blog prior to me closing down all of my social media when my son passed. And so I remember seeing him. I remember just seeing the photograph of him, and I had this feeling of like there was something about him. I didn't even know his name, honestly, but I loved the fact, like when I would see him post a comment or something, which was rare, far and few between, because he wasn't super active on social media in that way. And when he was very nice and very gentlemanly. He was never flirtatious or anything of that nature, but he was so nice, very, very kind. And so, did I know he was my twin flame? Absolutely not. You're not probably going to know that they're your twin flame. You might have this sense of like, oh, I like seeing his post, or I like seeing his comment on my Facebook page, but I never really thought too much of it, to be quite honest. It comes out of nowhere. That's another thing. When your twin flame meets you and you know that that's coming, I mean, you don't know that that's coming. It comes out of the most rarest things. Like, you would never think that that's how your manifestation of your twin flame is going to happen or come about. Like, you're completely oblivious. Like, you still will have this moment of logic that will be like, what? what, like, I don't understand, like, this is really happening. You'll have those moments, Anna. So also, another thing you asked, so no, you won't necessarily know. You might have some kind of feeling, like happy little subtle feeling, but it won't be anything that's dramatic. It's natural. It's very natural. So the other thing that you asked me was about, what was it? Oh, dear golly. I think it was, how that you not get impatient, okay? And I'll do a more extensive video on this, Anna, next. But becoming impatient is a sign that you're too focused on it. And I know that that's saying a lot, because like when I say don't focus on it, that's impossible. We're human beings, and so of course we're going to think about it. So what I suggest, Anna, is that you think of things that make you happy, because you're still going to get your manifestation of your twin flame. Although you might be thinking of something completely different. You might be thinking of your career or your job or something like that. And you still are working on getting your twin flame. Now, it might not seem that way, but everything is one and the same, okay? As long as you have no resistance towards that and your instability of your thoughts are completely good and wonderful, that's why I always say relish in the wonderfulness of finding the good in how it's going to be. In your mind, create this beautiful imagination of creative scene in your mind, okay? Everyone does it. We are gods, so obviously that's how everything manifests, is through thought. So create a beautiful scene that you imagine. Now, skip, I don't want you to think like, how am I going to meet him? Is it going to be here? Do I need to join this app? Do I need to go to this club? Do I need to go to this church meeting? Do I need to do, whatever it is? I don't want you to think of all that. I want you to think of the end, okay? Think of, now this is what I did. You take out all the details, okay? As far as you don't milk it no end, like enjoying and relishing in the thoughts of your twin flame. Although I did not know what my twin flame looked like. I didn't even know who he was. I had no clue whatsoever. But what I did do is I relished in the thoughts of all the different things that I loved about the people that I had sifted through the sands of men and different people. To be quite honest, it doesn't have to always just only be a man. It doesn't have to be a romantic person either. It can be someone like maybe your mom, or maybe your cousin has always been so kind and they're like very complimentary, and you're like, you know what? I want someone that's very complimentary in my twin flame. And so you take all of these wonderful things and you nestle them together and collect them in your thoughts, and this is how you create your scene. And then all you do is relish in that scene. Now when it feels good is when you relish. When you start to feel like, oh, I'm getting irritated, what's taking so fucking long, I know I still cuss, what's taken so long? Why haven't met? Okay, then you need to drop it. Stop thinking about it and go think about something else. Distract yourself. Find something that you love. Maybe it's a video game. Maybe it's like, a telephone. Calling someone on the telephone, or maybe it's you're watching a wonderful, lovely Christmas movie that makes you so happy and it's so funny. Maybe you do that, okay? Distract. Now, because if I tell you to distract and then I don't leave you with anything to like, how do I distract, Raquel? You're not going to know how to distract, because you can't end up leaving a thought and it not carrying it with you if you don't distract. You've got to completely affirm and reaffirm, I love my soulmate. I am so happy I met my twin flame. I love my twin flame. He is so, or she is so wonderful. They're perfect. That we're in a perfect marriage. So that's what you do too, is living in the end is, I never thought about, at the time when I was manifesting my twin flame, I never thought about the actual fact was, Anna, is that I was actually in my marriage very thick. It was 25 years being married. My husband had no clue that I was very, very unhappy, and that I felt so ill-suited with him. He had no clue that no one knew that I was manifesting a twin flame. Why would I fucking do that when I'm in a marriage? You know what I mean? I had no job. I was still in a state that I fucking hated. I wanted to get out. I just really wanted to get out of everything. And that was included that. But because I'm such a person that loves love, and I'm a Pisces, and I'm so you know, into that sort of mystical, dreamy like state so much of the time, that was what made me happy in my state of misery, okay, to be quite frank. So I was basically playing with the universe. I was just like, okay, if I can have anything I want and I'm powerful and I'm a goddess, then I can have a twin flame. And so I never focused on the fact that I needed to get out of a marriage. How am I going to have money to fly to the new state that I wanted to live in, which was my sleepy little one-horse town, Brooksville, which I love. But I didn't think of all of that stuff. That's middle stuff. That's none of your fucking business. That's basically saying the universe's business, which you are the universe. But what I'm saying is that's the higher consciousness aspect of yourself, because you're a mortal right now. You're a mortal human being. So those are things that the gods on the other side of the veil are going to help you and assist you in, which is actually yourself, because you've left a part of yourself with higher consciousness, if that makes any sense. Maybe I should go into another video about that. I'm finding all these things I should be doing videos on, shouldn't I? But anyway, so what I'm saying is, think of the end. What is it that you want to see? You want to see yourself married to your twin flame and living happily ever after? Okay, well then what you're going to do is don't think about how you're going to get there. That is one of the biggest stumbling blocks that causes people not to manifest. So you're going to think in the end. You're going to create the scene. It should be about 5 to 10 seconds long. How you want it. Use all of your 5 senses. Sight, sound, touch, taste, and what's the other one? Sight, sound, smell, okay? Sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch. So you're going to do all of those things, and you're going to focus on what is he going to smell like? What do you want him to smell like? Now, I wanted mine to smell like fresh, like shower. And I did all of these things in my mind. You're not saying anything. You're not trying to do anything external. You're focusing on the inside. This is all mindset. It's 98. I would guarantee it's about 95% mindset, 5% physical action. So everybody has it reversed in the world. It's all fucked up. They all have it wrong, okay? But I'm telling you, this is how you fucking do it. So you use all of those senses, everything that you think of, like what is he going to feel like? Does he have long hair? Does he have a sharp nose like I wanted Jeffrey Sean to have? I wanted Jeffrey Sean to have darker eyes, or like maybe even light eyes. I didn't really care too much about that. But I want him to have a beautiful sharp nose. I want him to have real curly brown hair. And so I created this scene, and I knew what it felt like to feel curly hair, because I have curly hair. So I was like, oh, I want it to be curly and luscious. I wanted him to have a lot of hair. I didn't want him to be a balding man. Not that that matters, but for me, that's what I wanted. And I get what I want, you know? And so you create all these things using all the senses, the 5 senses, and then you create that scene in your mind. And then when you're going to bed at night, or when you're doing something that is like where you don't have to focus on anything, like you're not tallying numbers or doing the calculator or something like that, but like maybe you're washing dishes, or you're putting a load of clothes in your washing machine, or say for instance you're taking a walk and you're taking your dog on a walk or something, you can start creating that scenario, and you play it in your mind over and over and over again. And then remember your affirmations. Now remember, I am, and then add on whatever you want for your twin flame, because I am means God. Okay, so I am, Anna, I am so in love with my twin flame. He is so wonderful. He is perfect. I mean, you just create what you want. Decide what you want in your twin flame, and you write all of that down, and then you pick maybe 3 affirmations, and you go over them every time. Anytime you start to think that you're pivoting and your thoughts are spiraling and they're like in tail spinning, you start affirming, affirm. Like, I love my twin flame. I love my twin flame. He's so perfect. He's so perfect. I'm meeting him any second now. I am going to meet my twin flame any second now. So everything is in the now, okay? Not in the future, now. You know, and a lot of times I like to do this like, I met my twin flame today. I met my twin flame this week. This week, I am meeting my twin flame this week. And so you keep saying that over and over and then create your scene that you're going to do at night. And I guarantee you, it will be no time flat, Anna, that you're going to come in into contact with your twin flame. Now, the biggest thing is your mental diet. Don't let your thoughts tailspin, because when you do that, you're going to have to start all over. You don't need another technique, or this is it. This is what you do. I'm telling you exactly how to get to what you want, okay? And I hope this helped. And if it didn't, and you want more information, I'm talking to you a bit on Instagram. So just contact me. And if we want to do another video, I'll be surely happy to do that, okay? All right. And if so, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and also share it, or and subscribe, which I would love for you to subscribe. That would be dandy, wouldn't it? Yes, I would love that so much. And also I wanted to say, you know, would you guys be interested in like videos about like transforming into like what it takes to become like a real Victorian, like living in the Victorian days, you know? Like it's really bright, but I want you to see I have my candles going. My candles are going. And I got little Santa Claus. That is like, isn't he cute, little Santa Claus? Look at that. Is that so charming? Isn't he darling? Is it real old fashioned? I just liked it so much. It might not be truly authentically old-fashioned, but I'm going to leave that with my mom when Jeffrey and I get our forever home, you know, because this is just a stationary moment to moment living quarters, but it's going to be, it's wonderful and lovely for the time being, but I'm manifesting my forever home, you know. So anyway, I hope you have a lovely day and a happy Christmas. And like I said, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, because it helps with the algorithm to put my videos more out there on the mainstream. And also share it if you would like to. All right, I love you. Thank you so much. Toodle pip, darlings.